All right, I'm Jacob Kelly. This is my first industry interview. This is the presentation portion of the project, and I interviewed John Downey. Here's some background on John Downey. He's been in the sports management field for about 17 years now, and he's been at Inter Atlanta for all 17 of those years. He started in 2006 until presently. He is currently the director of coaching operations, and he was the director of academy from 2007 to 2023. His soccer highlights are that he's a walk-on at Covenant College from 2003 to 2005. He also won the state championship for the Columbia County Patriots in 1996. Summary of the interview. We focused a lot on how he challenged himself throughout his career. We started a lot with his work ethic, which we talked about was not great in college, but that he ramped it up as soon as he got out. Went through 8 to 10 jobs before he found what he liked, and then put all of his effort into it. Managing the work environment. We touched on diversity and what his positions entailed. The diversity aspect, he's talked about how he wants to improve it and how well it has been off for however long, his hiring habits, and where he sees it going in the future. What to take from each of his roles. He talked about with the director of academy role, he talked about how that's a lot more hands-on than the director of coaching operations. With coaching operations, it's more delegating and helping people manage their management. For why he does what he does, he talked a lot about enjoyment. He talked about a lot what he enjoyed what he does. And that was his main thing about everything, especially with his advice towards high school seniors or college students. A lot was about enjoyment. Here are some key points. For this first section, work ethic throughout career, I stated, don't lose focus on what's important and to understand what is in front of you. This is very broad, and it is focused on the fact of setting goals that are achievable yet big. Work hard to achieve the things that you want to, even if you failed at achieving them before, try again. It's all about finding out what's in front of you and to understand what you need to do to improve. John talked a lot about understanding where he felt he needed to improve and the things that he felt poor at. Managing the work environment, we talked about understanding his surroundings. We can talk specifically about the diversity. He's talked a lot about how his hiring habits for hiring diversity has been very open. He wants to have a more diverse coaching staff. He wants to have a more diverse directing staff, and has put a lot of effort into this so that 40% of Inter Atlanta's coaching staff is from different countries. He also talked about how to manage himself along with his colleagues, along with the club. What he takes away from each role, he's talked about respecting others will make them respect you, and what he needs to do for each management. Why he does what he does, he talked a lot about enjoyment. I cannot stress this enough about the enjoyment about doing what you do and living in the moment. What I've learned was to do what you enjoy, don't loop yourself into something you don't like. In this quote, he talks about his advice that he would give to high schoolers or college students that want to go into sports management about doing it for free, because if you like it while you're doing it for free, then you'll love it while you're getting money. He also talked. I also believe that maintaining good work ethic and whatever it is you do is something else I learned. Here he talks about the things that he lost while he was in college and how he worked to be able to get better at each one and be able to achieve the things that he wanted. Understanding your environment. In this quote, he talks about when he was early at Inter Atlanta, or ASA as it previously was, how he had to beg people to stay to help them understand that this club will grow and that they need to bear with the process. He understood what the environment was and understood where it was going. Some things that I would do differently were to think on my feet more. There was a question that I asked that didn't come off the way it was supposed to because he had answered it previously in a previous question. And I feel like if I could think on my feet a little bit better, I would be able to ask a better, more leading question that could help him understand more about the question. The question that it was asking about how, if he was going to continue, if he believed he was going to continue as a sports director leaving college. And it turned into asking more about what he had said before. Create a more welcoming environment. I started the interview off with a couple facts about him that he was not aware that I knew. And while I feel like this was good for him understanding that it was a professional interview, it was also not very welcoming. All right, so this is all that I have. Thank you so much.